Oh, that was fast. Usually it doesn't log in that fast. Okay. And we already got May in here for the first time, I think, as the first commenter. Hey May. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I feel we're gonna be off to a slow start today, because I feel very tired, didn't sleep well. But, you know, we're just gonna do what we do. Shortcut is also here. Hello everyone. Okay, the second Ivar... Still on the menu screen? Well, chill out, I just started, damn. Just waiting for people to tune in, so now that you're here, surely not me, we can begin. So, Ivar, day 246, it does pass really quickly. It's probably gonna be the longest campaign we've had so far. Oh, I remember what happened last time, that's true. I had to single-handedly defeat a group of like 120 Ironborn. It took what, like 30 minutes? And I only barely made it out? Yeah. Anyway, how are you guys? So I did just do this quest. Oh yeah, I got that quest too, which was pretty intense. I got a bunch of lords with me, Jesus. Okay, what do I have here? I have nothing. Okay, well, I'm gonna travel all the way back to Dragonstone and do a quick run up north. Drop my lords. Lannisport, Lordstown, Old Town. Okay, that's not great. I'm gonna do a quick run, get some money on the way back, and then we'll see from there. I want to drop off my lords at my camp. But we got a bunch of unique quests now. It would be nice to get invested in some more of them. Oh crap. Damn. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, we just beat 120 guys. Can't be so hard to get 40 of them. Oh, it's gotta be at night too. Fantastic. Also, just to let you guys know, I'm a little sick. I have a cold. I was actually thinking this week of like streaming multiple times like I did like 2 weeks ago, because I had nothing else going on. But yeah, I got sick and it just was really bad. Well, that's a good start. Bruh. That's great. Well, like I said, we're gonna be off to a rusty start or whatever it is I said, so yeah. Oh, I can one-shot the thief now? Nice. Have you seen the latest Metatron tweets lately, Duke? I'm always like a bit on the lookout. I think it's become like a habit instinctively of just looking quickly to see what's new. But if there is anything new in particular that just happened, I'm not sure, no. I know he made a tweet like complaining about me, but that was a few days ago still. I just like that in that tweet he said he would ignore me from now on, and then a couple of days later he just went right back to my other YouTube channel to complain some more. It was pretty silly. He was born too early to be racist, too late to be racist, and born just in time to be racist. Is that what he said? I mean, keep in mind, like, when I'm talking specifically, like, the last racist accusation I made against him was because of his reaction to that murder in the subway. Like, yeah, Deus Vult is so cringe. And the funny thing is, like, he responded saying Deus Vult in response to me saying that, like, he cares more about his crusader persona than the actual truth, and that's how he responds. I'm like, well, thank you for making my point. I led a Roblox Crusader group a few years ago, and even I didn't LARP that much. Yeah, well, to be honest, it's much more difficult to LARP as much as Metatron. Holy hell, it's embarrassing. I mean, I did see briefly, like, you made a video a few days ago, like Charlie Kirk was a murderer or something. Just look at the first 2 seconds of that video. Like, you couldn't try harder than this. It is embarrassing. It's so bad. Well, they're not nearly as hard as the Ironborn, huh? Great. And our group was literally a LARP one. Yeah. Oh, so we can't just say it, but like, he's just yeah. Someone is coming at me, bringing up Metatron like this early in the morning. Jesus. I'm losing my train of thoughts easily. I'm so I'm so tired. But yeah, like Metatron. I don't know quite how to break it down. But he's definitely doing something that a lot of people on the right are doing, and that's weaponizing his Christianity. And I find that really annoying. He even tried to do it with me a couple of times. Like, one time we had an exchange and he started bringing up, like, anti-Christian sentiment, and I'm like, dude, of all the things I ever said, like, I never brought up your faith. So, like, I don't know why you're bringing it up now. And then he responds to me, like, God wills it, to something that has nothing to do with religion. Nothing. It's very cowardly. Oh yeah, for you, mate, it's the end of the day, huh? All the way there in Georgia. Oh yeah, okay. I've been a little careless now. Okay. Apparently there's like 9 people in here. Well, hello everyone. I'm Terry Duke, and welcome to my channel. God wills it is Deus Vult in English. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, if I'm telling you, if I'm giving you like counter arguments to if I'm giving you counter arguments to like just the stuff you're saying, and your only response is like God wills it, it's like, why? Oh well. Okay, I think I got them all. The rest fled. Now it's only 4:39 p.m. Well, I mean, what did I say? That it's night? I meant end of the day. You know, you just said you're back from uni. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, well, I don't judge you if you're tired and if you need to go. Oh, that's a lot of troops. Too bad I can't, mount 9 mounted sergeant. 29 squires. I feel like it's just too good an opportunity. I should hire all these people and just keep them as part. Like, that's a good haul. Are you religious? If not, roughly, when did you stop believing? I am not religious. I consider myself agnostic, which I think is like... Speaking of religion, being agnostic is the moderate approach, if you will. My parents aren't born-again Christians. They were... It's funny because they're evangelical Baptists, which is actually like very much a minority where I'm from. Here in Quebec, not that religion has any influence anymore, but people are predominantly Catholic, like Metatron. My parents were born-again evangelical Baptists, which are like a branch of the Protestants, and they were born again before we were born. Like they converted when they were like 18, and it's something they did completely on their own because my grandparents are Catholic and they don't they weren't religious at all. They were culturally Catholic, my grandparents on both sides, but like, so like when my parents both converted at the same time, they were like, what the fuck? My grandparents did not understand at all. No one did. Hold up. So I went to church every Sunday until I was like 15 or 16, at which point I told my parents that I was that I didn't want to go anymore. And it wasn't how would I say this? My parents expected me to go to church, and they were a bit pissed that I didn't want to go anymore. And the way they would frame it at the time is they would say, well, how would they say this? They would say, they would frame it as, you know, it's not so much that they expect me to go to church, they expect me to believe in God. They would say, we're your, oh, the bone way. Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought so fast here. We're getting into big conversations this morning. They would frame it as, you know, we're your parents, we're asking you to do something, we're expecting you to like follow through, and if you don't, then there's going to be consequences. And at the time, the consequence basically was, if you're not going to church, then you don't get any computer and video games for the weekend. And I was like, okay. At the time, it was more of like a principled thing for me. I was literally like, well, I don't believe in God, and you're making me go to worship even though I don't. So to me, it felt dishonest. I was like, I'm not here of my own free will, so I'm just not gonna go. And the way my parents respected it initially was by, you know, like putting like that punishment on me, but I was like, nah, it's a principle of the matter. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm going to double down. And eventually they kind of just accepted it and they said, alright, fine. And then my brother stopped going after that, and so did my sister. But I mean, this is the one thing I will say, because like this was all before like I really got into politics. So when I say like they're evangelical Baptists, like if you only ever heard of that branch from what you hear online, like American evangelicals, they're like all at the forefront of like the far-right Christian nationalism in the States, and it's really unhinged, and you've got like these mega pastors, and you've got the pastors on TV, and it's not even remotely similar to what my parents are doing. For one, like my parents, they kind of approach the religion, and I don't know that this is how, like, evangelicals in the States are doing it. I think evangelicals in the States, they're kind of like, everyone is born into it, and it's kind of just assumed that everyone will just be part of that religion. But the way my parents, and to the extent the church back in our hometown, practices that religion, anyone who's going to be part of that religion must do so consciously. Who is that? Rubber Knights, 50 of them, Whoa. Well, I have some good troops, but I don't have that many. And Rubber Knights are really tough. They're really tough. I think I'm going to put the lance for that one. But I have some decent troops. I got some hired swords. The Crusaders were God-leaning moderates. Yeah, basically. Yeah, so what I was saying is, like, my parents strongly believe that, like...
Your money or your life.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. My parents believe, I'm gonna finish by saying it, that... Jesus Christ, we're never gonna get to the end of this. Now I have a battle. Sorry. I'm gonna lose my turn of thought for sure. It's never gonna end well forcing religion. Religion should be something you believe, is not something you're forced to believe in. Exactly, and that's the approach that my parents have. You know, they expected us, they wanted to instill those values into us, but at the end of the day, they recognize that it's gonna be our own decision. Oof. That was a good hit. Blood for the Blood God. Yeah, that's the religion right there. And George Gabriel is here. Hey, hey, how you doing? But no, Vlad, this is exactly like what you said is exactly right, and that's how my parents believed it. Initially, as children, they took us to church because they wanted to do that, and those are the values they wanted to instill on us, but as soon as we started being able to form our own opinions, they kind of just... Initially, there was a bit of resistance on their part, but then they kind of just realized, like, well, you know, religion is something that we chose to do ourselves, and if our kids decide not to follow in, you know, it saddens us, but, you know, they're their own people, and they have to make their own decisions. And so that's basically what happened. I think most of the beliefs I had in God was basically just because they instilled it into me from a very young age, and it took me a really long time to just be able to say comfortably that I don't think God exists. And that took me a while. That was a process of its own. But I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, apart from that, and this is the other thing that's really refreshing, is that my parents, at least my mom, my dad isn't very open with his politics. I think he kind of instinctively shies away from all of it because he kind of recognizes how naturally hostile politics can get quickly. But they're actually very progressive. Oh, Edge Knights. Nice. Got some spearmen in here. So, like, for example, one of the things, like my sister, she does not want to have children. And one of the things my mom kind of accepted very early on about my sister is she said if my sister, like, ever got pregnant and got an abortion, she would probably never tell my mom. And my mom is like, it's something that she told me at some point. She says, you know, like, if your sister ever gets an abortion, I know I will never know. And I'm just gonna have to accept that, you know, that's just who she is, that's her life, that's her business, you know? We basically all did fornication, and our parents never said shit about it. Oh, that's a cool helmet, yo. And it's stronger than what I have. Oh, I'm gonna look badass now. Yeah, I'm keeping that helmet. Sort of like how you don't know for sure that Santa or the Tooth Fairy aren't real as kid, but you don't think to take the position that they're fake yet. I guess you could say that, but speaking of that, that was really funny, because since my parents are religious, one of the things they never bothered telling us, for example, was anything about the Tooth Fairy or Santa. They just never told us anything about that. But I remember when I was in kindergarten, and it was near Christmas, and... what the hell is this? Why is there like a kill count report in the description? This is so weird. Someone tell that to the modders. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I was in kindergarten, and it was near Christmas, and the kids in my class were like, "So, what are you going to get from Santa?" And I'm like, "Who's Santa?" And they started explaining to me Santa Claus, and I'm like, "Oh, that is so cool! This guy is just gonna come in and deliver me some presents." I'm so excited. So I go back to my parents and I say, "Hey, Mom, Dad, like I heard about like this Santa guy," and my mom says something like, "Terry, they don't exist. It doesn't exist. It's a lie. They're just making this shit up." And I'm like, "Oh." So the next day, I go back to class, and all the kids are talking about Santa. I just show up and say, "Well, actually, my parents told me it doesn't exist." And everyone's like, "What?" And then it started like a big thing. Hello, Terry. How are you? I'm doing good, Emmy. As to why you have a star to your name, it's because some people, especially Warband recently, which is another YouTuber who is sometimes in my chat, he buys memberships. And then they're just given at random to some of the subscribers. That means you get a membership right now. So you got a star. Thomas is here too. Hi, Terry the Conqueror. Hope you're good. Are you gonna watch TV show about Sir Duncan the Tall? Knights are back. Are you talking about like the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms show that's gonna come out? Well, sure. I'll look at it. I'm also waiting for the next season of House of the Dragon for sure. I didn't expect to get like a whole warband out of this, but I don't mind. I'm gonna try and get some salt on the way back since ooh, excuse me, guys. I was elaborating on my answer to Ari. I wasn't making an analogy for your situation. Ah, well, my bad. House of the Dragon, more like House of the Mid. Season 2 was so bad. No, it had some interesting moments. I do think that, like, I am frustrated a bit because it just felt like more build up for Season 3. Like, it, obviously, that's what they were going for. So because of that, there were a lot of, but yeah, that's true. There were still some issues, but I do like the emphasis on the fact that like dragons are really like the nuclear option, and the moment they're used, it's like it makes it's an escalation you can get out of. So obviously, like it's gonna be interesting to see how it escalates in season 3. Okay, well, I love how they're offering me 18,000 from one of the lords, but they gave me like what, a few hundred just for Asha, which is a daughter of the king. All Daemon did was stay in Ironhall. In the books, he did so much more. Also, he killed his faithful ally, Blackwood. Yeah, well, like I said, like there's definitely some issues, and that's one of them. I agree. I feel like it's been a while since I watched it, even though it's actually recent. What's your goal? Already finish a settlement? Yeah, I did make my camp and I upgraded it, and I have some troops in there. But I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna be doing next. Just trying to make some money real quick while I get back up north. Also, it'd be nice if I could find a Night's Watch recruiter. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get. I'm gonna wait to Castle Black to get it. Also, like, props to you, Vlad, for reading the book. What's the book? Fire and Blood. That was like the book that it's based on, right? I didn't actually read that one yet. The only thing I know about it is that what's her name? The rightful queen. I already forgot her name. I know that in the book she's supposed to be like really overweight. That's their description anyway. So I don't know. I gotta get the Bandit King. Eventually I will. Anyway, yeah, speaking of Game of Thrones, you guys want to hear some funny stories about my Game of Thrones fan film? Because there's been some stupid shit happening lately with that. The thing is, like, I've been announcing for a while that I'm gonna be making it public, in, on YouTube soon. But one of my plans, one of my last-minute plans, after talking to my crew, is of using, essentially, oh. Well, we're at war, aren't we? I can take you on. Your righteous cause. I love how some of them are like honorable, the Ironborn. I love how this is basically, your face looks familiar. That's from Britain Walda, and that's because this is where like they would give themselves the credits, but instead it's just like, maybe. So yeah, what I was saying is that I've been talking with my crew, and one of the things we decided, one of the biggest problems in the movie is the lack of budget, you know? A lot of it went into like the second half of the film, you know, the area where we do the fight scene and everything. But it also means the interior scenes as a result like really look like crap, in the sense that, what? In the sense that the decor is just not very convincing because there just isn't any. It's really bad. But you know, with AI, things have become interesting and possible. And so some people have said, you know, maybe you should try using generative AI to just change the backgrounds, make them look more authentic, like the inside of a room in King's Landing. You know what I mean? And so for the past month, I've been doing some quick research on that, and you know, I've been misled a bit because I was getting the impression that with AI, it's getting so ridiculous and so easy to do anything, you know, with like Google VO3, that I'm just like, okay, maybe it's possible to literally just get something like a text prompt or something when I say like replace the background with this and that, and there you go, boom. But obviously, it's not quite there. And the other thing to consider is that like AI art to begin with, like there's already a lot of problems with it. But it only really works as intended if all your footage is done with AI from scratch. If you're trying to implement AI with real footage, that becomes a whole other challenge. So what I realized very quickly is that like, no, there isn't like any software anywhere that is going to just do what I need it to do without like a lot of work, you know? So I end up finding this Facebook group, which is about like AI video making and stuff, you know? Jesus, those sirens are loud. And I'm like, okay. So I go on that group and I start asking people around, you know, like, so, you know, this is what I'm trying to do. Anybody knows how to do this? And instead of getting, you know, recommendations or advice on how to do it, I'm getting a lot of people basically just offering to do it for me. So I'm like, okay, so I have this one guy who comes in and he says, you know, like, okay, like I can do it for you. And the softwares he actually used for it is, I think one of them is Comfy UI, which is like an open source program that helps you work with AI, but it's very complex. And he's also using Blender, which is like this main software for CGI and stuff and visual effects. So obviously it's very complex, and that's making it clear. And he gives me a quick test rapidly just to show me like what we can do, and the result is so mind-blowing that I'm like, okay, like this is definitely the right way to go. Like I have to see what I can do with AI to try and change the backgrounds, because otherwise like the movie is the movie is just lacking so much without it now. But the guy is like, okay, well, you know, like, I'll do it for you for a certain amount of money, and I didn't actually have a budget at all, so I'm just thinking, okay, like, I'll try it, sure. Dude, basically wastes my time for 3 weeks, because every time he tells me, yeah, I'm gonna send it to you, then he doesn't end up sending it, he doesn't do anything. So eventually I have to basically let him go, because, like, he's just unreliable, and the versions he started sending me afterwards actually looked worse than the things that than the things he was sending me before. I was like, what the heck, you know, I'm working way too hard trying to get through to this guy, and he's just wasting my time. So we just leave it at that. So I go back on the group and I decide to make another video, another post, like asking people. And this one was wild. Okay, I'm not even sure where they're gonna attack from. Do I even have a map? Oh, they're all coming from the same direction, which is this way. Get everyone together. It's just gonna be one big quick slaughter for sure. So yeah, I make the other post and I get someone else. This woman comes in and she tells me, yeah, absolutely, I can do it for you. I have experience replacing backgrounds with AI. Like, this is pretty straightforward. So I just started negotiating with her, and she basically said, initially I said, well, listen, I don't really have much of a budget. I'm thinking of maybe like, if I can do like the whole thing, replace all the backgrounds for the entire scenes for like maybe 1,000 USD. That's what I say, 1,000 USD. And she says, well, you know, I need more. So eventually we ended up like bargaining it to like 1,300 USD, which is already like considerable for me. And she says, okay, well, just send me the first shot, and I'll just do some quick tests and we can go from there. So I'm like, okay. So I send her the first shot, and the next day she sends me her first version, which according to her, she spent less than an hour working on it. And, you know, it looks like something that you spent less than an hour working on it. Obviously, there's a lot of problems, but that's okay. I'm thinking to myself, we're just, you know, like, it's a work in progress. The idea is, instead of sending me the final version, just send me the work in progress so I can give my corrections immediately, so you don't end up doing something in the wrong direction, right? And so that's okay. So I give her the directions for, like, the next test, but then she reveals to me that what she did it in a free trial version of Premiere Pro, and that once she pays for the subscription, she can do all 94 shots. There's 94 shots to do. She says she can do all 94 shots with the full paid version of Premiere Pro in 24 hours. And I'm like, first of all, you have 94 shots to do. Sending me 94 shots in 24 hours, none of them are gonna look good. Second of all, you're doing it on Premiere Pro, a software I already have. Third of all, now you want me to pay you 1,300 USD for a day's work while you don't do shit. I was just like, nah, I blocked her immediately. I said, screw all of this, my god. Some people are so scummy. Scammy, rather. That was ridiculous. You can do it an entire day, I would give you like 50 bucks, but the reality is that if you're doing it in Premiere Pro and that's how you're doing it, then let me just figure it out and I'll do it myself. But the reality is it's not going to look nearly as good as I need it to be, so it doesn't matter. What I did end up doing, ultimately, is I found somebody that has like their own production company, where they do a lot of AI, and it actually gave me a sense of much more realistic expectations. They're charging me way more, definitely more than I can afford at the moment. It's impossible for me to afford that. But at the same time, this is what I appreciated, is that instead of just asking me for a shot to do a test or whatever, like, they took their own initiative and they just quickly grabbed my movie, because I sent them a private link for it, and they just did a very quick test. The AI itself, the design doesn't look great, but it doesn't matter. Like the guy said, like, it was meant to be a proof of concept, just to see, like, can we replace the background? Can we just replace the background with AI? And he did it, and it looked okay, but he says, okay, so we did it, and our verdict right now is what you're asking for. It's possible, but keep in mind certain things. And then he starts listing to me all the potential technical complications. One of them being, for example, Tyrion's hair. We had this really cheap wig, and the hair doesn't mesh in well with the background. It can look like a somewhat cheap green screen, you know? He says, like, there's some things we can do about that to fix it, but that's also gonna take more time, so keep that in mind. And basically, like, he's just giving me, like, all the potential issues. And it starts making a lot more sense to me. And then when he breaks down, like, how much it's gonna cost, one of the things he says, listen, just generating images with AI has a cost, like energy consumption, stuff like that. And he says, like, even on your budget, most of that budget would go just on generating the AI. You're not even counting labor, you're not counting fixes, any potential issues. So, essentially, like, he made a very sound argument, and he came off a lot more professional, a lot more reliable. So, if I end up, like, doing it, it's probably gonna be with that guy. But, it was, utterly ridiculous. Everything else that every other person that I interacted with, one of them sent me a demo. He sent me his portfolio reel from his own website on some AI stuff that he did. And this is literally like the most stereotypical bad AI art that you see online. Like, it's horrible. Like, I just remember he said, like, okay, like, this one video that I made with AI, like, it's a teaser for a horror film. I'm like, okay. The teaser, like, you have this shot of the guy in the car, right? The camera is in front. Stupid idiots, can't deploy properly. Like, it's hard to explain, but like, you know those shots in the movies where like the people are driving and the camera's like right in front, like it's in front of the car filming them? The rear view mirror is opposite, facing towards the camera, and it's showing the guy's face doing a different facial expression. I'm like, how do you screw this up? How do you even show this? It's so dumb. You immediately see all the flaws with AI. I mean, what we're saying about it, and this is like something, because like when my crew started talking to me about like, you know, using AI, like one of the guys who did the CGI for Tyrion's nose in the movie, like he's a veteran of the industry, and he said like, it might still be a little premature. The reality is that, but the reality is that maybe you give it like another 3-4 years, and maybe it could actually be done automatically by then and much easier, you know? Bogdan, you should hire Shadiversity since he has experience with both AI and medieval fantasy. Clearly a great idea. From what I heard, about his novel, basically his main character is the Mountain, if the Mountain had like a redemption arc. But not really, he just gets away with everything he did, and people forgive him for what he did. Oh man. Oof, that's gonna be expensive. Oh, not that bad. Dragonstone Guard, Dragonstone Knight. That sounds cool. Dragonstone Knight. That's alright. Reach Knight. Ooh, 1400. It's gotta be good. And it's not even the top tier. Jesus. Where do we post the movie on? YouTube. But like I said, I mean, this is where like my filmmaker instinct kicks back in. Once the movie is released, you know, it's out there forever. So you might as well just do all the extra work, do everything you can. Okay, like, there's way more of them now. I might be screwed. Oh, 63 against 468. I think we're done now. Well, I mean, those are all troops I got completely at random after defeating a group of Bandit and Dorn, so it's not that big a loss. I just hope I don't lose any items. Oh, so no, because it's, I only have 8 people deployed. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm gonna get some reinforcements, but obviously I'm not getting everybody. Are you kidding? Is this running on low settings? What do you mean? If you mean low settings as in like lower difficulty, yes. I mean, right now, the only thing I can hope for is that they somewhat attack one at a time, and that's what allows us to get some casualties in, but they're just going to overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I don't expect will last much longer. Didn't expect their whole army to just show up. I mean, we're still fighting, but it's not like my elite troops or anything. I don't know. Actually, we're doing pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, they got some archers over here, like, not doing anything. Yo, they destroyed that first wave. That's impressive. Just hoping they all waste their axes on us. We're actually winning. I did not expect that, but yeah, the Ironborn are really shit. Now, just my graphical settings. No, actually, I think I'm pretty much on the highest settings. I mean, it's Warband. It still doesn't look that great, but you know, dude, we actually won. How many of them did we take out? We only lost 9 people. Bruh, they lost 186. Maybe I can leave. No, I can't. But hey, odds are getting better. Who knows? Or maybe like all their elite troops are like out the back, you know? Keeping them for last. Oh, they're advancing more cautiously, it seems. I know, lol, but good luck. Okay. Oh, that was bad. Jeesh. That was a bad throw, yo. Okay, so who am I? Why can't I? I'm supposed to have, that's frustrating. I'm supposed to get, yeah, that could be pretty bad. Like, if they throw all these axes, like, they could wreak havoc. The good thing is if they have prisoners... Here's hoping I have first aid and I can join the next fight, because if I have to auto-resolve this, then we lose. Was a nice shot? Yeah, it was. But now it could go bad. We're disorganized. But we have a lot of Edge Knights. You're gonna have some Bolton guard here or something. Okay, well, we're still winning. I just hope I can join the next round, because otherwise we're really screwed. Well, 11. 137. Okay, I'm still in the fight. It's, odds are getting better and better. But I have to be real careful here. I'm gonna stay in the back. Just lead my troops from afar. Are they all here? Not quite. Check your life. No, I know my life is really bad. I need to stay steer clear. Oof. Yeah, true, there's B and V. Can't really do much besides that, and I was too far away for it to actually do anything. So yeah, I'm at pretty low, like a quarter of damage. But still. That's the only way I can enjoy this mod anyway. Random, and what's the last book you've read? I'm currently reading a book right now, although I haven't been consistent with it. The book before that, like the last book I remember like really committing to and finishing, that was like last year. And get everyone back together. Form up the line. That's gonna sound really bad, but the last book I actually read last year was 120 Days of Sodom. No joke, that's the last book I read. But the book that I'm reading right now, it's not in English because it's actually the actor who played Tyrion. He released his own book recently, and it's a fantasy book. And I think it would translate roughly to Prince's Memories? Mémoire de Prince, so Memories of the Prince, or something like that. Hey, we got him again, and I didn't take a hit, so I should be back for more. I don't think we killed them all. There's still a few of them. Yep. 32 against 33. We're doing good, boys. But yeah, I'm gonna have to leave the next battlefield because who's to say there's not another army like right behind. And I don't think we can handle another... Wait, you mean the Sade book? Yep. Marquis de Sade, 120 Days of Sodom. That's the last book I read. It was rough. Not just because of the content, because at some point the content just becomes ridiculous, but because the not the translation, because I read it in French. The version I read is like the... it's unedited, so it's literally like almost word for word the draft as he wrote it, so there's no paragraphs, there's no cadence. It even kept the misspelling. So it was a hard read for sure. Just because of that, it just made it extra hard. But it was interesting also to see like the language, the French language, the French literature of the 1700s, how they wrote it. Sentences are very complex. There's terms, and I had to learn new terms because a lot of words fell out of use. Okay, like they're terrified, it seems. Oh shoot. That was bad. But the thing about reading, like for one, I've never been like much of an avid reader. And the way I used to read was actually to knock myself out before I go to sleep because I had a hard time sleeping. And okay. I've always been more of a late night sleeper, but that was before I moved in with my girlfriend. Like, I had a hard time sleeping, and I found that doing that last brain exercise of just reading a book would really help me fall asleep afterwards. And that's how I read the entire Game of Thrones series before I moved in with my girlfriend. But since then, like, in here, in my new home, I don't really have the same... what am I saying? I just don't have the same disposition here to do the same thing, so it's been a different routine, where when I read, usually, like, it's after breakfast. Like, I would have my breakfast, I would watch, like, either, like, my YouTube channels, or I would watch Netflix while I'm just eating quickly. And once I'm getting ready to have my coffee, then I would just put the iPad aside and just take out a book and start reading like this. And I've read a few books like this, too, but, if I did not sleep well and I have even the mildest migraine or headache, it just takes all the fun out of reading that way. So because of that, I had a really hard time reading. That book that I'm talking about, that I'm reading right now, the fantasy book, written by the actor who wrote Tyrion, actually my last binge of reading it, I actually had to accompany my stepson to school about a month ago, and he had like a 3-hour long exam or placement test, and I had to just wait there anyway, because like I was taking the bus and it wasn't worth just going back home only to have to come back immediately. So I just stayed there and I read for like 3 to 4 hours straight, and I just like made a full binge of that book, and I was really into it while I was reading it. I even had my earbuds and was listening to video game soundtracks while I was reading it. That's the last crazy binge I had of reading. But I did not get it back into my routine, so I need to get back at it some more. What book are you two talking about? 120 Days of Sodom. Pretty bad book. What got you interested in it? I wanted to read it for the longest time because commentaries on it by people like Adorno and Bataille. The first time I heard about it actually was from a Counterpoints video on Twilight, which I would have to watch again because a lot of it I did not understand, but she just brought it up like very briefly. And I was like, wait, that's a thing? So I went on Wikipedia and I looked it up and I was like, huh. And then it kind of just became like one of these moments where I'm like, okay, like I want to see what I can stomach. So I'm just going to read it and see what happens. It's kind of like, there's this movie called The Serbian Film, which has a it's Sodom, S-O-D-O-M. There's this movie called The Serbian Film, which has a reputation for being one of the most disturbing movies ever made. And so when I decided to watch it was literally just a question of, okay, how disturbing is it, and can I stomach it? It's going to be an interesting experience, you know? It was kind of the same thing with 120 Days. I was just curious to see, like, how it was written, how the language changed from back then, and to see also, like, what kind of depravity is actually described in the book. But the thing is, the depravity becomes cheap very quickly, I gotta say. A Serbian Film is just bad, to be honest. I actually liked it. It is disturbing, it is messed up, but like, I was expecting like some low-budget, poorly made film, but in terms of production quality and cinematography, it was actually pretty decent. But obviously, it's all just shock value. Good thing the US freed Iraq from that guy. Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Also, the director is one of those, the fascism of political correctness, lol. Yeah, he is. But if you... Because I read some of the commentary, and he was talking about how he was inspired to make that movie by, like, this old corn film that had a lot of colonialism undertones to it, and that's how he perceived it. You know, the idea of, like, an outside influence just coming in to, like, exploit your country. And that's kind of what... Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry, I missed that. But yeah, he was talking about how, like, it's an absurd commentary on, you know, the impossibility of making movies in Serbia the moment it doesn't, you know... I understand actually what he's saying to that extent. Like, I don't want to, like, defend the guy more than those few comments that you're talking about, because it's the only thing I know about it. But how would I say this? Like, what he's talking about, he says one of the frustrations he had of, like, trying to produce a Serbian film, well, not even a Serbian film, just trying to get a movie done, as he said, is that there's no movie industry in Serbia, and all you can do is get subsiding from the EU, I think he said, and that the EU, like, made it very difficult because, like, they have a lot of requirements and stuff like that, and it has to fit within a very specific thing, and I understand that because I had to use a similar subsidy program to start my YouTube channel. And initially, I had to get through a lot of red tape to get it done, and I even had, like, one time they told me I couldn't do a video game channel, I could only do, like, a podcast or something, and then the podcast had to be about certain topics, and I'm like, what are you trying to tell me, like, what to do, you know? Yeah, when you're dealing with governments, and it's the government financing your shit, it's going to be frustrating, so I kind of understand where he's coming from that angle. And yeah, when it comes to, like, the movie itself, like, I don't get the impression that he's, like, you know, the fascism of political correctness. If you read, like, what inspired him to do a Serbian film, it actually comes off more left-leaning. In the way he's talking about, like, colonialism and exploitation of smaller countries by bigger countries, and that's kind of the absurdity that he was trying to reflect in his movie. Of course, a lot of it ultimately is just shock value, like we said. It's just trying to disturb for the sake of disturbing people. But, you know, even then, there's something there. It makes sense to me, I think. But, to be honest, I think the director is also from a rich family. So yeah, I don't trust him. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, I can't say. Want a good movie? Hire Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, I like Jim Carrey. I think he's a pretty good actor. I think he's even did a dramatic role at some point. Like, I think he's got more range than people give him credit for. But, what is this? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, did I? Oh, I did it again. I'm gonna get attacked. I'm so screwed. There's definitely more lords coming. Or maybe that was all of them. We got 3 camps of just, like, army after army. Damn. Okay, I didn't expect to survive this. I didn't expect this to happen at all. But I will say, like, yeah, Jim Carrey, no, he's got some good movies. For me, one of the best actors alive. Well, it takes a lot of commitment to stick to the bits, and he really, like, elevated the physical comedy genre to a whole new level. One of my, what was I gonna say? Yeah, one of the things that my girlfriend, she says at some point in her life, like, she was going through some tough things, and one of the things that actually got her through it was watching Ace Ventura's scene of when he does the slow motion and then does the instant replay. One of the best acted scenes of all time. Just the fact that the other actors can keep a straight face and that Jim Carrey can actually, like... That was insane. And it is a really funny scene. And every time my girlfriend sees it, she cracks up in tears. And she said at some point, like, she just needed a good laugh. And she just kept rewinding the scene to watch it again. And that's how she got through her hard time. And yeah, it's nice. But that's not to say that Jim Carrey doesn't have problems of his own. Like, he's anti-vax. He's one of those guys who believe that vaccines cause autism or some stupid shit. Which is a shame. Okay, I'm almost broke now. Yeah, I can't recruit Want a good movie? Have Terry Duke directed, make it 30 minutes long, and have Bruno play a character with an accent. Well, I appreciate it, man, but before you start praising my movie, you should see it, you know? Actually, I think the main test for the movie is going to be when, you know, it's actually people who didn't work on it that are actually going to watch it. Then that's when we'll know, like, if the movie is good at all, you know? But yeah, Heath Ledger is also a very good actor, but I think it's just Anshu, hey man, came to your stream after a long time. Weren't you there like last week? Welcome, Anshu. If that's how you say your name. Apologies if I got it wrong. I never saw the Dark Knight movie. I just liked his other performances, like in 10 Other Things I Heard About You or A Knight's Tale. A Knight's Tale is pretty much the only other movie that I really remember from him. He had a small role in Monsters Ball. But obviously, all the show there was with Halle Berry. He didn't get much of a thing going on. Still. No, he was a great actor for sure. But you never, just to be clear, you never actually saw The Dark Knight. Because it's unironically one of the best movies ever made. On that, I will take the same approach as Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is asked often, like, what his favorite movie is, and, like, Tarantino is, like, the guy who knows every movie because he watches all of them. His brain is, like, a film library. And, you know, his approach is that, like, okay, well, this is the best movie of all time. It's more like, there are movies that are perfect. Movies that from beginning to finish, top to bottom, like, they're just really well-made films. And in that sense, they are perfect. And then he's got a selection of perfect movies. For me, one example of a perfect film is The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is a perfect film. Well, almost 5,000. I can live with that. Nah, I heavily disagree. Lol, Tarantino likes feet in Israel. Yeah, the foot fetish is really weird. I gotta say that too. He needs to be bullied for that. For Israel, doesn't he have an Israeli girlfriend? I mean, I will say, this is one of those things, and it is so disappointing. Like, every time, like, there's someone who's, like, really cool in every way, and then they just happen to be pro-Israel or some shit with everything that's going on. It's so disappointing. The Dark Knight, I will watch, which year has been released. I think it was, like, 2005 or 2008? I think it's 2000. It's one of those 2 years. 12,000. Nice. Most actors and directors are so weird in real life. A big shame, too. Okay, well, we got a lot of nice stuff in here, don't we? Like, one example, like, we're talking about that, but, like, one example of, like, someone who became just, like, a massive Zionist. I mean, he kind of was initially, but, like, it's becoming increasingly harder to justify, is David Draymond. David Draymond is the lead singer of Disturbed, which is a band that I like, and they've got a lot of good songs, and overall, their messaging in the band is, like, pretty good when you listen to a lot of their songs. Dude went to Israel and put his autographs on bombs before they were sent into Gaza. And he's just been like full pro IDF defender and everything. And I really hate this because one of the songs from Disturbed is literally like Never Again. It's about the Holocaust. And it's like, can't you see the irony here? I hate this whole thing that, like, Holocaust is basically never again for them. But if the Jews, if the Israelis rather, are doing it to the Palestinians, then it doesn't count anymore. The never again doesn't count anymore. During Tran, what will be your next month for live stream? Maybe Warsaw Conquest? I don't know. Warsaw Conquest is really interesting for the battles and the fantasy elements, obviously, but it's, yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't know that it would make, like, a great long-term campaign. It's really crazy for the battles, but I don't know. I don't know. Most actors and actors are so weird in real life, yeah. Pedro Pascal is weird. No, I like Pedro Pascal. Unless there's something else that I don't know about him, like he's pro-trans, he's pro-LGBT, he's fairly progressive overall, and he's a cool guy. No, I like Pedro Pascal. What do you think about Israel versus Gaza? Well, it's not really a versus, is it? It's what do you think about Israel genociding Gaza, and I think it's really bad. Honestly, Disturbed is the easiest band to boycott, lol. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to just boycott a band and decide, like, okay, you're not listening to them anymore. Like, yeah, it's easy to just boycott a band. But what I'm saying is I did like their sound, I did like their music. And I've seen some interview with Draymond, and he's usually, like, well-spoken, and he's got a lot of positive messaging and a lot of things. And then suddenly, it's like some people, Israel shows up, and it's like their brain just completely breaks, and, like, nothing makes sense anymore. And, like, yeah, him going to Israel and signing his autograph on bombs, like, what a piece of shit. Like, what an absolute... Damn. Bro, you're already taking your side? Okay. I'm not sure what you're saying, Thomas. May, still funny to me that Keanu Reeves stands out for having a girlfriend his age. Thomas, Israel are not that monstrous, I think. They are. I think, Thomas, like, I have to be honest with you, like, there's only two ways right now that you can't think that Israel is monstrous, or that monstrous, rather. It's either because you don't know enough about it, or because you're actually, like, in agreement with what they're doing. Which can be informed or misinformed, doesn't really matter. You're assuming that Israel is genociding? No, I'm not assuming. Literally just go on Wikipedia right now and check Gaza genocide. It is recognized as a genocide by pretty much everybody except the United States. Everyone agrees that it's a genocide. Everything they're doing. Yeah, it's confirmed by the UN. It's, I don't think you get more monstrous genocide, exactly. This is what I mean, Thomas. Like, I'm not gonna go too hard on you for your argument. I would just invite you to look a little more into it, because it's pretty obvious for everybody. The death count is just increasing every day. There's famine. There's doctors' testimonies, or they're explaining what's going on out there. The ones that survive, because there are instances of health workers being purposefully killed by Israel as well. Like, there's no real way to see it otherwise. I'd just like to know why Israel people were make refugees. If you're asking, like, how Israel came to be, that's a whole other discussion. And it's not one that really helps Israel either. Man, we all need to be close to the truth. Well, yeah, I agree we should be close to the truth. And the truth right now is that Israel is committing a genocide. There's no way around it. The ramshackle prison, like, how do I increase the prison, though? Farron is here. Hey, man, you are the goat. Well, thank you. Haywire Haley says, British colonialism plays a part, as always. It does. Although, I think the French had a hand in it too, didn't they? I think you should do dedicated politics streams. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Like, for me, I'm just gonna be clear on this. Like, obviously, this is a gaming channel. I do gaming content, but I'm still political, okay? Like, I try and keep most of it on my second channel. But the point of having this chat is that we're gaming and we're talking about different things at the same time. I think we can do both, and it's okay. Like... But yeah, I've made like one dedicated political stream on the second channel. It was just like a react to a Metatron video. It was fun though, I gotta say. Okay, so right now what I would like... Is it possible... Maybe I just don't have... Okay, how am I doing this? Dude, I got some good troops from just like rescuing everybody. But you know what I want to do now? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab all my elite troops, all the best of the best, and I'm gonna go hunt down the Bandit King. See if we can make a dent. Well, again, like Ari, just want to understand why. Let's take a moment here, because like we have to be clear on what's actually going on here, guys, okay? Like, it's possible for someone, and I want to give Thomas the benefit of the doubt here, that he may just not know what's going on, okay? So, let's work from there. I'm not mad that you're talking about politics, don't get me wrong, I just thought about that. Yeah, for sure. Wasn't this a gaming channel? It is, Firen, and I'm sorry. People brought up Gaza. Like... And here we are. You know... Well, I think I'll let you guys hash this one out a bit, but keep in mind, guys, it is generally possible that he doesn't know. Let's not go too hard yet. This is all I'll say, okay? Because I agree. It's not that I don't want to make it political. I don't mind political content, but I do encourage you guys. Hey. Here's the one thing I'll say about this, guys. You want to hash out politics? You don't necessarily have to do it here, okay? Join my Discord. There's a politics channel in there. The whole community can go there and debate. I think it was George Gabriel or someone else that just did that recently. Just came in and we started talking about stuff. It's okay. Right now I'm trying to get all the best troops so I can go fight the Bandit King, and we'll see what happens with that, I guess. The politics channel is full of stankies though, we can't have that. Yeah, that's a problem. We do have a lot of tankies. Okay, well that's as much as I could carry. So we're gonna have to go with that. I think people can have biases based on their cultural backgrounds. Well, I do think culture is the main factor for sure. Like, people aren't just like predisposed to believe certain things because of who they are. Like, someone just said just now said that Stalin wasn't a dictator, a massive tanky, ban that guy. Yeah, Besser's got moments. Again, unfortunately. Where there's no food here. How do we bring our lore back? Yeah, our lore's been gone for a while, hasn't he? Wasn't he like a Turkey nationalist? Well, he called himself that, but I don't think he fought much through any of his positions. Yeah, I think the conversation that we had went pretty productive in civil. In the end, the person who carried hate in their heart said that they are willing to heal. Well, there you go. But I think this is why, like, I'm trying to be a little more generous towards did he just disappear? No, Thomas is still here. This is why I'm trying to be a bit more generous towards Thomas, because it's generally possible that he's coming from more or less the same position, which is just, like, uninformed. And if that's the case, like, okay. Let's just make the argument and leave it at that for now and let it, you know, sit. Okay. I have 37,000. My army is costing me 10,000 right now, and I got 198 of them. I am NCAP 100% troll for sure. NCAP pro-Palestine, pro-LGBT Metatron fan who also hates Metatron. That one, was that Ari who was the Metatron fan? Who said they watched everything, but also he needs help? I know someone did that, but I don't remember who's who anymore, so... Did you lose the Battle of the Red Wedding on purpose? No, Silver Mask. I missed it. And it auto-resolved. It really sucked. Yeah, that's already Jesus Christ, yeah. When are you gonna be playing, when are you going to be playing the Geopolitical mod live? Maybe I will at some point. I'm not sure. I mean, I did make a review of it and it was running fine and I managed to capture it without too many issues. Okay, so now where's the Bandit King? I want a piece of him. And I better get it quick because the morale's gonna drop. He said he was close to Tumbleweed originally? Tumblestone. Ah, there he is. Man, 1400. But again, so many of them are just like such weak troops. The biggest problem about finding him is going to be like tactics. Okay, but Thomas, this is what I'm talking about. If you understand that you don't have much information, don't be making statements like Gaza is bullshit. Understand that you're misinformed and that you should inform yourself more before you start making these points. That's what you gotta do, okay? Because if you keep going, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when you're starting asking for the backlash here. Just understand that if you're not much informed, just take it back, go do some research, then feel free to come back. And actually, we were just talking about Bread Bear. I think it's Bread Bear, actually, that was in the politics. But hey, man, you're the one who came into the politics and we had some conversations, right? Because I don't think you go by the same name on Discord. Thomas, you can discuss this in the Discord. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just take it to the Discord at this point. I'd rather we don't have this conversation here, okay? Anyway, Bandit King, here we go. I'm gonna be like cripply. Ah, actually, it's not that bad. Okay. Yeah, your name is Hubert, exactly. Sorry guys, I'm still sick. Surely they're just going to charge like idiots. Okay, here we go. Lambs to the slaughter. For God's sake, Thomas, get it through your head. You're saying defending a terrorist country. This is a loaded term. You're talking about a country being full of terrorists, but you're not informed. Are they really terrorists? No, you don't know. Just let it go, man. Inform yourself before you make statements like these. You don't know. And this is getting pretty bad. You need to just take it back a notch, man. I'm trying to help you here. Take it back. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, at some point, it just becomes irresponsible. Oh, I'm just asking questions, but also, here's a lot of, like, really badly loaded terms. You know what I mean? Thomas, just stop. I'm giving you every chance here. Okay, you're done? Okay. He says he's done, guys. Just let it go. Just leave it at that. Oh shoot, there are more coming. Okay, well, we got that first, we got the first wave. That went really well. Out of arrows, you might as well charge in too. We're doing really good. Oh, we're definitely beating them. Okay, Thomas, like one more time and I'm just gonna kick you off, okay? Like, stop. Oh, sorry, dude. Thomas might be French-Canadian, therefore the worst of the worst. Thanks, Bogdan. I just remembered that Bogdan is fungus from the server. Completely forgot that was you. Okay, well, that's going well. Bogdan is the most Romanian name ever. How could you forget? not that familiar with Bogdan to say that it's a Romanian name, to be honest. I like that this statement is what reminded you, lol. Yeah, well, you know. It is what it is. Let's go again, guys. We might actually fight this whole battle in one round. I have no idea. There's so many of them. By the way, I bought a keyboard and mouse pad from Genesis. What's Genesis? A brand? I don't know about them. It's like seeing a user with the gayest possible name and not realizing it's Besser. Yeah, basically. I'd like to see the settings you're playing on, Terry. It's pretty weak right now. I made it like really weak. Did a hard 180 on the difficulty, so quarter damage for everybody. So of course, like we're just tearing through. Oh, I got reinforcements. About time. I mean, that was the third wave. It was about time people got worn out. Apparently there's 19 or 20 people in here. Hello everybody! This is the best time for me to say it. Don't forget to like the stream. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you feel even more so inclined, I accept super chats and memberships graciously. Thank you everybody. And I hope you're enjoying this stream in spite of the weird turns of conversations in the chat. Anton, what did I miss? Probably not much. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a 2-round battle. That's nice. But we won. Nice. Remember, guys, like the stream. Thank you very much. Doesn't it mean God's present or something? The name Bogdan? Interesting. Thierry means powerful amongst the people. I don't know where that comes from, but that's what I've been told. 894. And I really did just like hype up my army hard. What's the name of the mod? World of Ice and Fire. Is he Polish? No, he's Romanian. Well, that would be fun. Well, we have a bit more cavalry this time. If you're God's gift, is Metatron's God's grift? So we're clear, Thomas. It's not you that's not unwelcome here necessarily. It's really the views that you're spewing, even as you know. Even as you know that you're not very informed on them. Like, come on. Okay, cavalry is getting wood by their own cavalry. Definitely gonna see like the last like couple more elite troops from them, I guess. Deus Volt Noble Ones are being cancelled. That's like... Deus Volt Noble Ones are being cancelled. That's like the most Metatron sentence ever. We should put that on the t-shirt. What is Metatron? Maybe Firen, you're better off not knowing if you're not up to date with the drama. Metatron is a subscriber with 1 million subs that I've been bullying on my second channel, and it's been pretty funny. I say bullying inflammatory. I've mostly been doing a lot of criticisms of this channel, and it's made him lost his mind. Or at least it's part of the schizo moments he's having. Good Metatron would be that one Muslim sentence. Commoner ones, here is a 2-hour well-cited documentary of the ongoing Gaza genocide. Please donate to the children. Also, who's Kirk? Yep. Different reality. That would be great. Ouch. Okay, yeah, they got the brigands, and the brigands were a lot tougher. Got some bandit leaders as well. Trying to catch up to what everyone is saying here, but there's a lot. How many estates do you have in the game? I think I have like one village and maybe a second one. I'm not sure. I was given a village from like the village that goes with Greywater Watch, but I think we lost it to Ironborn a couple of times, so I may not be the Lord anymore. Well, we defeated the Bandit King. That's great. Now Metatron is just some nerd in Italy. Yeah, he's like a gamer gator 10 years late, basically. A gamer gator with an angel complex. No joke. Have you guys seen his latest video on like Charlie Kirk is a martyr? Like that pose he takes at the beginning holding the mic like... Yeah. Utterly cringe. Okay, hold up, guys. Froze again. That didn't happen last time. That's annoying. I used to have a family, you know, before all of this. That bastard lord let them all die. You know what it's like to see your family slain right in front of you? To see your own brother gutted like a pig? Fuck you, and the lord you serve. Go on, get it over with. Oh, that's a lot of good stuff here, yo! You lob off the bandit's king's head and decide to keep all of his gear for yourself. Nice. And well, I guess whatever troops we lost, we're about to replenish very quickly. Oh, that's a cool ass bow, yo. Oh man, I'm gonna have to stash all of that. Okay, what's going on? Like, what are you guys doing? Okay, Thomas is going like Europe's been invaded and stuff. Like, okay. I think I'm gonna do ourselves a favor here. Let's see. Okay, I've just, damn, it's frozen again? Dude. Yeah, it literally just did, like, within minutes. I hope that's not an issue, otherwise I'm gonna have to disable it. $59.26. It's actually better. Male Brigandine, here we go. Oh, I'm looking like a badass. Badass. No need for the helmet, though. The one I have still matches fairly well. Okay, I just put, Thomas in timeout. I think he's having a bit of a meltdown because people disagree with him a little too much. Keeping the peace, noble ones. I'm sorry guys, I'm still sick. Hey, but there's been a consistent peak of like 20 people here for the past 15 minutes, surprisingly. I guess politics really do drive engagement. I gotta get on that grift. Did that actually finish the quest? You must now go and speak with Stannis Baratheon. Okay. Oh, there's a tournament. Fantastic. Don't forget, people, like the stream, subscribe, donate. I'm gonna say that as long as there's a peak. Gonna make the most of it. Terry, can you play some music? You mean on the stream or if I can play an instrument? Because if you're asking me if I can play any instruments, I can play drums. Well, I used to be able to play drums. Quite well actually too, but I'm way out of practice. Play some black metal, Terry? Jesus. I don't have any Red Bull nearby, sorry. Damn. I mean, look here, guys. I keep them as a memoriam. I still know that I still know how to grip, kinda. Okay, I'm done. Would love to see Terry cosplaying as Kratos and playing drums. I mean, if you want to see me play drums, look up the shorts on my channel. I think I have a short there of me playing alongside to the Prince of Persia soundtrack from a couple of years ago. Oh, crap. Okay, well I got mine too, so narrowly survived this one. Also, I tried to air drum a song the other day and my hands hurt. I'm way out of practice. I don't know who's who. Will be a better drummer, Terry or Gene Oglin? I don't know who Gene Oglin is. So I can't follow up with that joke. Jesus Christ. Damn. Military hammer for the win. Oh, there's more people. Shoot. Try commanding your team. I can't really control the team. I tried before. It doesn't do anything. Oof. Good thing I got the new armor. Isn't there someone else? Oh, there we go. You have to go, Bread Bear? Well, thank you for stopping by, as always. Commanding team works in this mod? Strange. Well, I could try, but well, it doesn't matter anymore. We're in the last round, it's a duel. Oh, I hate this so much. There we go. Well, tournament won. No gift, no. Though. Shame. Yeah, it is really annoying that they reduced the betting. I really wish I could bet more. Just spent 20,000 just upgrading my whole warband. And it's costing me 10,000 per week. It's as expensive right now as my full army in Paris now. Except I'm not making even remotely as much money. Betting should get progressively less rewarding the more renowned wins you have. It makes no sense to make as much money betting on a guy who won 100 tournaments as you would for a newbie. I suppose, but you're also trying to make the game realistic, and I don't care about that. Realism doesn't always make games better. I wish it was the opposite, that you could like get into like you're like in like the elite range now, and you could bet even more with some private entities, you know? Sorry, guys. Oh, that's the king. Come on. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I want my reward. Come here. No. Come here, man. Okay, there you go. My lord, I have rid your land to the Bandit King as requested. I got a different bow and 5,000 silver stags. Nice. You're a true champion, bringing such a treacherous and black-hearted rogue to justice. I am glad to see him dead, for he may no longer prey upon the innocent. I promised a bounty for this so-called Bandit King's head, and you have well earned the reward. I am a just king, and every man will reap what he has sown, from the highest lord to the lowest gutter rat. I will bestow both a bounty of stags and a bow befitting your courage. Nice. So I got another bow. That I can still probably not... It's a pretty good bow though. Damn. Perfectly accurate, speed rating 70, 75. This one is only mildly better, but still. I heard they reduced it because a lot of people... Well, I just lost it. People was complaining that troops was expensive, so they lowered troops cost and other things. Troop cost is, if they lowered it, that's insane. I just spent 20,000 upgrading my army. Okay, well, I'm gonna go station my troops. And just go back to something else that I was doing. I guess I was doing something. Also, I have prisoners to sell. A lot of them. So I might as well stock up on salt on the way up again. Although I did just stock up on all of that, so I don't think I'll see any. So let's go straight to Winterfell. Well, Castle Black, actually. Actually, let me get another, Look at me. Now this is looking good. $800 per week, nice. For 14,000. Well, now I'm gonna make it back home with what money I have. It's gonna be tight. Damn. But hey, we got a lot of breweries now. So at least that, like, all things considered, it's not too bad. Main problem is that my villages were raided. So that's a big chunk of money right there. Make sure you do the Rain Waters quest. Do I have it? I mean, I have Bravo Seeker. And I have, Oh, that's true. I forgot to do that as well. A large camp near Tumblestone. I'm in the area and I have all my elite troops. I should do it. Tumblestone or Tumbleton? It's a Ballad of Sea and Serpents. Yeah, I have the quest. So there's a large camp here. Might as well. Just looking for a quick morale boost here if I can get one. The Warlord to Justice is a very tough quest, by the way. It's given when you reach 1,000 renown. When I got it. And I have all my elite troops with me, and I just defeated the Bandit King. Surely I can manage this one too. Maybe. Famous last words. That's true. But I have my army with me and they're pretty elite. So we'll see. $15 morale. I'll take it. Gonna make it there. Okay. Tumblestone. Here we come. It was this one, right? Tumblestone? Camp located near Tumblestone. Where? Crystal, that's a Roman number. I need a moment to actually say it. But Crystal, to answer, it's in the camp feature. Hold up, I'll show you. Here. In options, enable charge animation in battle. Target off and you'll be fine. Here you go. Because yeah, it is annoying, I agree. Go to camp option. Oh, hi Vlad, you know where the camp is exactly? Because I'm looking for it and I can't see anything. Do I have to go to Tumblestone? The number is 69. Yeah, the L is 50. And then 10 and 9. Yeah, 69, true. Oh, Warlord's camp. There you go. Try Control T. I was trying not to cheat, but I found it. Thank you. You see before you a large camp with what looks like to be hundreds of heavily armed men. Yo! All the cavalry's coming. Oh, there's a lot more of them than I thought. Oh shoot! There's a lot! Well, right now they're tearing my own cavalry to shreds, but what else am I looking at? Okay, there's a lot of troops coming in that way, but they're a long way out. There's some troops there as well. And then there's the rubber knights that are all here. So as long as they get stuck in my infantry, it'll be a good meat grinder, at least for now. But I need to pay attention to what else is going on. I think he has infantry too. Yeah, I see a lot of troops out there, but they don't seem to be moving much. I see some troops out there too. I'm gonna have to start looking around to see where else I can find them. But as long as we're getting rid of their cavalry right here and they're not getting any support, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, Sun Tzu, I'm really following in the footsteps right now for sure. Okay, well that seems to be all of them. So before my cavalry starts running now and get dispersed, let's regroup everybody. But okay, that went okay. The cavalry took the brunt, but of course we got rid of them fairly quickly. They're done. Are they gonna move? Or they're just kind of like... That doesn't seem like... if that's how they're gonna stay, they're gonna be very easy to take care of. I don't see anybody else. So there we go. They must be crapping their pants right now. My boys, just get all the way over here. Let's just stay together and not act stupid. But yeah, we definitely... I think the worst is over already. Unless there's other troops beyond the hill that I'm not seeing. These look way weaker. Duke, what are your favorite, or at least bad scenes in Game of Thrones Season 7 and 8? It's been a while. Let me think about it. The shield wall looks sick. Yeah, it does. Prepare the shield wall, noble ones. Okay, well, they're just brigands. Just go in, man. Who cares? I would say if we're going to talk about a battle that was pretty cinematic and made some sense, at least nominally, from Season 7 and 8, then probably the best moment is when the Greyjoys get attacked at sea at night by, not Victarion. Victarion's the brother. Jesus Christ. Greyjoy. Whatever his name is, the king. When he attacks Daenerys' fleet at night and sets the ship on fire and kills the sand snakes, that's an okay scene. Like, because all the other battles don't really add up much. Yeah, Euron, thank you. Man, I had such a blank for a moment there. Like, of all the battles, it's the one that makes the most sense, I guess. Okay, these are the weakest. I think we're good. I see some pretty high up ones up there, actually. So the cavalry might have a hard time. Man, there was several camps. It's crazy. I wonder if Warband, the YouTuber, will do an ultra hard playthrough of this mod. He's already playing videos of him playing as a wildling. Yeah, I know he's done some extensive coverage on it, and he's better than me. He's better at it than I am, so he might. I don't know. I hope they had Euron content in this mod where he becomes the king and then invades the Reach, so Reach gets content as well. Yeah, he attacks the Shield Islands like in the books, and then he moves on to. I think in Winds of Winter he attacks either the harbor or Old Town. I think it's the harbor. We should totally reach out to the devs to add to this. May is back on her pawn arc. Alright, well that was the quest. All you see here now is the remains of what was once a large camp and piles of bodies laid upon the ground. Leave. Brog Matter. Damn, you defeated me, good man. You fought like Arthur Dane of old, assuming he had a few swigs of milk of the poppy beforehand. You may be wondering why such a striking and legendary bladesman such as myself is wandering about this foul-smelling countryside. Well, I will tell you. I am redistributing riches for the greater good and raising an army of the finest warriors this side of the Seven Kingdoms. My dream is to seat a Targaryen again on the Iron Throne and bring peace to the Seven Kingdoms. Sometimes you need to make war to make lasting peace. I will do whatever is necessary in the memory of Rhaegar to achieve this. I loved Rhaegar as a brother. I fought loyally by his side along with my brother Reed. He took us in and treated us as family after our father was slain by the blade of an infamous outlaw, the Smiling Knight. I know, the irony is not lost on me. I have fallen from grace and succumbed to being an outlaw myself. However, I have nobler aspirations than being a mere outlaw. My brother and I trained by Rhaegar's side. We later became... It's difficult. We later became sworn blades to Rhaegar. Serving Rhaegar was the greatest honor of my life. We fought with Hell's Fury for him at the Battle of the Trident, but still it was not enough, so that guy's pretty old. I was cut down on the Trident, and my brother momentarily left Rhaegar's side to save me from certain death. I saw Rhaegar duel Robert honorably and valiantly as I lay badly wounded on the ground. I helplessly watched Robert the Usurper crush our sweet, noble prince with his warhammer and ride over his corpse to steal the Iron Throne. He's a good companion? Oh, he's a companion. I resolved from that point on to do whatever was necessary in the pursuit of revenge to remove that worm of a usurper from the Iron Throne and rain down my wrath upon those who had betrayed Rhaegar. I have heard tales of your heroic deeds. I would forever be indebted to you if you would spare my life and allow me to fight by your side as I once did Rhaegar. I ask for one last chance at redemption, both for what I have become and for what I have failed to do. You have explained yourself well, and I feel you are sincere in what you say. You are welcome to join my party. Okay. That looks like some cool armor. And 10 exiled rubber knights. Nice. Okay, that was it? And I got 216 companion now. Cool. Spotting, pathfinding, tactics, and trainer. Yo, he is good. The question is, can I get his gear? Yeah, I figure I could. I can't ask him for his equipment. So no, I can't. Damn. Yeah, these are pretty good. But man, my morale did not go up because of that battle. That sucks. Okay, Vlad, should I take my army to this quest, the Ballad of Sea and Serpents? Because it's going to be expensive traveling across the Narrow Sea with all my army. Let me just focus on what I was going to do. Just go to Castle Black. Yeah, you can't access his inventory. Forgot to mention he might leave you. Well, I got his knights, and for now I got his skills to help. So I can't complain too much. However, I am broke. You could get 150 good men and I think it'll be fine. Okay, 150. I'll go station everyone else then. Okay. Brock comes up, galloping up beside you with a frenzied look in his eyes. Glorious leader. My little birdies have sung the most beautiful song. They have told me the whereabouts of my long-lost brother, Reed. I love how he talks about his little birds like he's Varys. What the heck? He is rumored to be in a slaver's camp somewhere between the cities of Qohor and Norvos. I would be in your debt once again if you would help free my brother from the shackles of slavery. He would aid us in the to drench the fields in the blood of our enemies and unify the Seven Kingdoms under your noble cause. Of course, we shall leave at once. Let me first cash in on all those prisoners. How much money will I make? 15,000? 12,000. That was close. Last paycheck I actually lost money, so I'm hoping I can make it to my camp and put all my troops in there before it gets more, before the next paycheck. That'd be nice. At least like they recover pretty quickly. Okay. So we said 150 men. I think I'm gonna do without cavalry. Because they're the most expensive for sure. That's about it. I should probably get rid of some more people. Then the squires, well, they turn into engine knights, which are still infantry. No, alright, let's go with that. No, that was a cheap morale boost. I was really hoping for more. Damn. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I can't do this. Okay, so all these quests, the two quests, finding the brother and going to Bravos to find like the swords for Varys, it's all here. So realistically, the closest is Bravos. That's where we gotta go. It's gonna be first expensive ride. But we'll try and stay there for a while. Damn, 6,000 to ferry one across. Jesus. I think you'd enjoy an Ironborn playthrough. It's super fun. I guess. But I do enjoy being a Northman, so... Oh man. Minus 13. Good thing I got my troops in the camp just in time. Dude, wages for Ivar's camp, it's so cheap. Oh, and well, at least there's a tournament, so I can make that money back pretty quickly. Bruh. Oh, come on. That was bad. Jeez. They don't mess around. Okay, so there is a quest here, and apparently it's a real pain in the butt. Lord Varus has requested you would like for you to send a dozen skilled bravos and deliver them to him. Some of them can be found looking for work in taverns. Well, we are in a tavern, in Bravos of all places. Not much to do here. Being a social stage in an Ivor's camp, then an Ivor's party, and then in the castle. Jesus Christ. So it would be a guy like that. I need 12 of him. Good luck. Is there like a sword school here that I can visit? No, I can visit the House of Black and White. I don't think I ever did. The Kindly Man, yes. Well, I can't do much. At least not right now. Still, that's cool. I've got the faces. Is that Yep. No, I'm not here. I don't want to get banned. He needs skilled bravos. Is that it? So he needs to get to that level here, and I need 12 of them like that? Doesn't Bravos have a village? Maybe in the village I can hire some people? It would be a Bravos trainee. It would be like the basic. Okay, is there like a... Do I have to talk to somebody to get to that harbor? Because I don't see a harbor here. How do I get to the ground? What the heck is this? What? Well, where's the... Because I see a natural harbor here. What is this? It would be really stupid if I have to get all the way to another port just to get on land. That would be really stupid. Jesus Christ, come on. What? Closest is Pentos. Okay, that's just stupid. Jeez. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. So if I don't have a ship, like, that's it. That's so stupid. Damn. Okay, I'm going to Pentos. Jesus. It's gonna cost me all the money I have. Jesus. Well, I do have 7,000 waiting for me to be collected at Winterfell. TP? What does that mean? Were you gonna say something? Or is that too late? Because I checked with the travel to another port and there wasn't any option there or anything. Dude, he's got a lot to say, doesn't he? I don't actually know. I haven't teleport. Oh. 10,000. Okay, well that's good. Still making some money from my hostages. I mean, they're part of the troop tree, so if he's asking me, like, it should be easy to just, to just get some villagers and recruit that way. Oh, that was simple enough. I still can't force recruit? Bruh. Well, that's fantastic. Just trying to raise relations so I can have them voluntarily volunteer to me, but I guess not. Also, where are they? They're way too far. Are you kidding me? I hate this village quest. Yeah, well. Terry doesn't want to cheat even for a second. Well, I just had to because I'm over this. But that should bring me the battle option right now. Not even? At least I have the options to force them to join my party. Village quests are sometimes chill. Yeah, well. There we go. Show me what you got. I don't even know what I'm going to be dealing with. Maybe the Dothraki? I want to see how well he fights. Not that it's going to matter if he gets stuck, but he does have a lot of armor, so... Oh, pirates. The usual. Well, there you go. And I still have to force them to be recruited. Well, that's fantastic. Let's go somewhere else. Slavers Camp located in Essos. Are there just like places called Slavers Camp? I think they are, aren't there? Somewhere? No? I have to be near there? Can I talk to him to get more answers? I guess not. That's a lot of broken men. I can use the morale boost. Just trying to help all of them. Ah, it's the same stupid village. Nine heads. Great. I'm just doing more shit. Man, I just want to be able to recruit some guys. Why? It was between Cohor and Norvos. Thank you. I'm not gonna be able to pay my amends pretty soon. Terry, the man of the people. Yeah, I'm trying. But it ain't great. Damn. So I can't get any recruits anywhere. That's not great. Well, let me try a last one, and then we'll move on to the other thing. Although we have some broken men here that I'd like to deal with. Oh, I actually have some cavalry. I guess I upgraded some people to horsemen without realizing it. Oh, that's great. You won't be able to recruit them because you don't follow the religion. I wish you would have told me that like 5 minutes earlier, Vlad, but thank you for the info. Well, I guess we'll be at them for a while. Well, at least I ain't losing this one. Not yet, anyway. There's no chance they can join you, but it's very random. That's why I didn't say nothing. Okay, well. Thanks anyway. Nice. Beating them at their own game. At least this one. Oh, right in the butt. Haha. Wish I could just bribe them. don't think I need more men right now, considering how expensive my army is. But it can't hurt, I suppose. Okay, between Kohor, we got Norvos here. Where's Kohor? Man, I'm blind. Kohor and Norvos, somewhere in that area. Well, I guess we'll go. Oh, the Dothraki are attacking Norvos. That's not good for Kohor. Is Khal Drogo here? Oh, am I at war with Oh, I would love to fight me some Dothraki. They're bastards. I could besiege the town and make it my own. Easy prey. And just the North faction now has Norvos of all places. Terry could test it out on Norvos. Dothraki hate you by default. I see. But then I'd like to find these guys again and fight them off. I will be the scourge of the Dothraki on their own ground. They're just pretty annoying horse archers at most. Oh, you want a piece of me, man? Come on. First Dothraki in history to wear a little bit of armor. Yeah, I was impressed with that. Slaver Sea, you mean Slaver's Bay? Oh, that was a cool shot. I think he's running away. My question is, he kinda kill him before he leaves? Bruh, that was close though. Look at all the arrows he had on his back. Oh, that's cool. Bearded Bishop? Damn. Sounds cool. I do need more food though. I have 225 men. I could technically attack, but I would just start losing troops randomly before I get anything done. I ain't going there, man. All these troops are too expensive to upgrade, and I have 8,000. No good. Oh, that's what you were talking about. This place here? You were talking about the camps to find the guy's brother. It's between... Hold up. You said... Between this thing and Timber Bay. Where's Timber Bay? Timber Bay. Okay, so between these two. So I need to... Would be this area here? I don't know. Temple of the Bearded Priest. That's the first time I see that. Oh, okay. Well, what's going on here? No, but close to the sea. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. Okay, well, whatever. I do see something interesting, which is this guy here, Calpono with 400 men. I have 200. I think I can take him on. It'll be fun. Also, I need prisoners and I need loot. And I need to keep my men happy with some fights. This will be fun. It's Calpono. Guys, why aren't you over there? Move. Bro's fighting the ruler of the Dothraki. Yeah, you know, keeping it casual. I mean, they're so weak. Look at that. They're getting stuck in each other. Have I lost a single troop yet? Nope. Yeah, it's gonna get chaotic real soon. It's already there. Ned had a point. Why was Robert afraid of these guys? Yeah, I don't know. Well, like Jorah Mormont said, you know, when he first saw them, he thought like 100 heavy knights could drive them out, but the main issue is that they don't fear easily. They don't break easily. So when they have sheer numbers like that, that's the real problem. Hey, another level. Damn, there's a lot going on here, isn't it? Frame rate is dropping a little bit, but it's fine. We're having a bit of some frame drops, but it's alright. It's not too much. Okay, I'm not doing another impression. I was on fire last week, but I'm a little off today. Damn. An absolute slaughter, though. It looks like the Battle of the Bastards when they're just like all crashing into each other and gets just a big chaotic melee. Oh, that's the leader. Come here, you. I think he's running away. Dude, his horse is way too fast. What the hell? Also, his torso keeps disappearing after a while, which is funny. Dude, we lost 3 people. This is the equivalent of Napoleon's battle at the pyramids. It's like, it is such a different level of technology that, like, it's just a slaughter. First rule of the Dothraki Club, only the leader gets to wear armor. True. Maybe I get a fast horse out of this, but I doubt it. Oh, well shot. Well, we're just wrapping up now. Look at the bodies. The dead litter the field, literally. And I think that's... No, that's not quite all of them. I thought this mod was hardcore. It is. I lowered the difficulty because I couldn't play otherwise. But welcome to the stream, Salim. There's only 12 of them right now. The horses are trying to disappear, but they can't. Damn, right in the shoulder. And look at me, I ain't even flinching. I want to fight the mountain in single combat and see how that goes. Did you guys see that? I think it was a corpse of a horse that flew across. They're trying so hard. Okay, there's 5 of them left. Whatever. Let's finish them off. I mean, there's a grindy part. 3 casualties for 487. And there's still more? At least morale is back to being all the way up, which is good. Whoa. That Haraka hits. And that was their leader, actually. And now I'm taking your stallion. You fell off your horse. You've been cancelled by the standards of the Dothraki culture. Well, only half of them left already, so... Strategy? Camera, press the enter key? Oh yeah, I remember that. This is funny. Yay! Oh, there we go. That is that. One wounded. Man, what an absolute one-sided slaughter. Okay. Yeah, they're blood riders, so what are they doing? I guess they're killing themselves? Okay. Stubborn Stallion. That looks pretty cool. I'll take a stallion. Sure. Okay, let's go ahead and try and do this quest. Iron Legion camp. I thought that's what it is. I think those are the Merc camp. Not here? Yeah, but I found something interesting. Oh, damn. Greetings, we are from the island city of New Gis, and have unfortunately shipwrecked in a terrible storm. Where our fleet was going and its purpose is our own business, we will speak no further of it. We are the elite infantry of the New Gis and are part of the Iron Legions. We fight like the lockstep legions of old. We have been trained like the Unsullied, however we are freemen. There are many among us who wish to raise sufficient funds to return home, while others wish to make a new life as mercenaries. We would be willing to join you if you can meet our price. We will require 120,000 to hire a company, plus a weekly wage for my men. Are you still interested? I count 197 of us willing to join you. Then come with us if you do. Okay, well, we have some cheaper version of the Unsullied right here, waiting to be picked, I guess. Slayer's camp. Long Lance's camp. $270,000? Jesus Christ. But that's the Slayer's camp, for sure. Could I sell my prisoners before I do anything else? Sell my prisoners, I mean. Oh, well. Guess not. Here we go. Okay, I see some people there. I see some people there. I see some people... Oh, okay. There's a lot of them. Whoa. Okay. Well, stay with me, everybody. I don't know where they're going to be attacking from. I guess there's a steep hill here or something? Yep. Camels, huh? They're very weak? Yeah, I figure. Well, let's just charge. See what happens. It'll be fun. Absolute mean grinder, as it should be. Oh crap. These ones will do a number on cavalry for sure. Nice. Oh, he looks even better. Damn. He'll be honored to serve under your command. And 5,000? I'll take it, sure. And does he bring anything? Well, more of the same skills, just even better. Trainer 10? We're in business now. And he's just as insane in terms of looks. Well, that's good. And hey, with 10 of strength, now I'll be able to 15 in strength, I'll be able to wear the armor that I won from one of the quests though I don't have it here with me. I'll just get it back from my stash when I go back up north. So that was it for that. And then for him, I need to go to Volantis to start that quest. It is all the way down there. Alright. For the Sea and Serpents, let's go. Still don't have a lot of money and I still need more bread, and soon. Shoot, I'm still losing money. I'm glad you're happy. Let's talk about cohort first, actually. What does it look like? I'm curious about the scenery. Oh, I've seen the scenery before. Somewhere else, for sure. Oh, yeah. Iron, but it's no cheap. Are Brog and Red on the books now? I don't recall them at all, no. So I wouldn't think so. Lady Cora, and she's running from me, so I'm guessing she's interesting. And I can catch up. Yes, I can. Who is she? And don't you ever regret relieving your hole? Damn. Sounds harsh. I don't know who she is, though. I wonder if her men are tough. Well, they're on foot, for one. So... I see some shields. I didn't pay attention to what she had for her army at all. They just look like pirates. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, I'm seeing them from afar. I'm like, I ain't impressed. Let's get this over with. Business as usual. Oh, there we go. That was easy. And she's been killed, so... Nice. That's not bad loot. Well, I'm glad they're happy. Keep it up, guys. Off to Volantis we go. More pirates, sure. I'm down. Dude, because they're all elite, they're all like so expensive to upgrade. It's insane. Just more pirates. No problem. I love how they're not even bothering to lift their shields. Well, we've come a long way, haven't we, boys? Literally on the edge here. I think there's a guy I'm supposed to talk to. My name is Ivor at your service. My lord, I am here to hear more about your errand. I want a man dead. Orain Waters, to be precise. They call him the Bastard of Driftmark. He is nothing more than a steak that has grown fat from the bounty of my merchant fleets and far too bold. See him then and I will reward you well. He has a nice blade that he prizes above all else. You may keep it if you want, if you can pry it from his dead hand. He was last seen preying on my merchant fleets in the seas east of Valentis. So I need to get a ship to get him or something, no? Lord Enmuir Tully? Lord Brandon Tully? Oh, that's true. After the Red Wedding, they flee here, right? Someone told me they do that in this mod. He's in exile in Valentis, I guess. So, Vlad, you still here? You can tell me where to find the guy exactly? East of Valentis. East of Valentis. That would bring him here. No, east, yes. So he would be here, around here somewhere, I guess. Maybe I'll just go around the shore and I'll find him. I am not sure where he spawns. Okay. East of Valentis. Well, east of Valentis is that way, so let's see how that goes. You find a dog. Your option. You're a sadist and hate animals. Beat it to an inch of its life and leave it on the roadside. Jesus Christ. The dog follows on behind. Do I have a dog in the army now or something? No? Do I have it in my inventory? Okay. Pirates landing party, so that must be where he is. I guess that's it. Oh, ruined castle. There's a ruined castle here. That wouldn't be the one from Old Valeria, right? In and or around Essos. He says you will need some tools, at least 50 men and 10,000 silver stacks to rebuild it. Beware of slavers and pirates near to the castle. He doesn't show in the army, but he is a companion. The dog? Really? Okay, so that must be the castle from the guy's thing, for sure. So all I would have to do is clear the pirates here. Oh, is that how many people I have? So it's just like a regular... Is it just like a regular hideout? Oh. Okay. Well, just go in there, everybody. I'm sure you'll do fine. I got the two brothers with me. They'll open a can of whoop ass. In your face. But hey, if that gives me a castle and some income, why not? Got one guy over there soloing everybody. It's the brother. He doesn't care. Damn. Alright, he's just taking care of business. No problem. I wouldn't suggest you rebuild a castle as a vassal. Roosevelt could just not give it to you. Well, it doesn't matter. I want to do it anyway. Also, because I'm a vassal, I would have to claim it? Really? Well, that'd be dumb. Okay, well, I was hoping that he would be here. Comfort fishing village on you, accept the honor. Sure, I got 3 villages now. Okay, well, I don't know where he is, and I don't think I can go much further that way, can I? Yeah, I can't. What if I go to the natural harbor? I think it's just a place where you can park your ship. Take a walk around the harbor. Yeah, nothing's going on here. Oh yeah, that's the dog. Dog meat. Sure. Aww, so cute. Yep, there will be a vote on who gets it. Really? Well, if I'm the one who claimed it, normally I'd be the one. Maybe if they reject me, I could like renounce my liege or whatever. Take it as an opportunity. I don't know. But okay. I'm just looking for where he would be. The second sons. Interesting, but that's not who I'm supposed to get, right? He gets stronger the more I feed him? How do I feed him? And can he die, or does he just get wounded? Okay, well, he said he's east of Valentis. There's not much going on east of Valentis. He never dies. You feed him by talking to him? Okay. So how do I give him food? Okay. You have any idea where that guy is? Orin Waters and his crew to justice was last seen plundering merchant ships east of Valentis. He only eats dried meat? Oh, okay. But I don't see Orin Waters in there, so it's definitely not the Second Sons. But it would be funny if I could just take them on anyway. Where are they going? Are they just staying in the water? Okay, I need some tools too anyway, so it's not like I can do much around here anyway. But where is he? Dog, where is he? Damn, 340 pirates? Wow. But that's still not Orin Waters. Is he appear? Does he appear here? Nope. I saw a shipwreck somewhere around here. I feel like exploring it. Bruh, just let me go on the other side. Jesus. Is there a bridge somewhere? Apparently he sails close to Valentis, that's how he's programmed. Yeah, well I got the cheat that shows me everything and he ain't even there. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, like he's just not here. Hold up. Let me do a quick search here. It doesn't tell me anything. That's great. That's just great. I'm on the Wikia for World of Ice and Fire, and it just tells me what I get for defeating him. It doesn't tell me anything about him, or where to find him. Oh, well. That's really annoying. That is really, really, really annoying. Oh, he's there. I see him. Orin Waters. There you go. Oh, he's pretty far. Well, gotta track him down. 300 pirates? Ah, it's no problem. Easy peasy. But like, how do I get him? And I get to just explore? Oh, whoops. Sorry guys, I forgot to put the thing back. Okay, here we are. Sorry. Is there some interesting loot here or something? Can't do anything with that. Maybe there's someone I can talk to? Well, this better be worth the effort. Be very disappointing if you see like all this cool scenery and like there's nothing interesting actually to do. Gonna pull a Bannerlord here. Well, I guess that's that. Oh, a chest. Okay. What's here? Cutlass, dagger, but mostly some cool stuff. Sure. I'll take it. Man, did I lose him? I know he was right here somewhere. There you go. So how do I get him? I can't. Even with the cheats, I can't just teleport. I would need ships just to attack him? Or does he land at some point? Damn it. Gonna struggle to find him every single time. Jesus. What's your second favorite Warband mod after Paris Snow, of course? After Paris Snow, I'd say Britain Well does a close second. Generally, yeah. Come on, man, land. 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 Not sure it's a new quest, so I never did it. Oh, so you've been talking this whole time and you know all this stuff about it, but I guess you just read about it because you know you didn't do anything, actually. Okay. Come on, man. Okay, I don't think he ever lands at all. Well, that's really annoying. How am I supposed to get him? Like, I would need a bunch of ships, I would need a bunch of stuff. Like, dude, just come on land for a change. I guess the real challenge is trying to take him on with ships. So just to get to him, I will need to spend a fortune. Just, you know, trying to get to him. Oh, man. And I just lost my dried meat, which I was gonna feed for the dog. Damn it. Okay, well, besides, like, it's been like the 3 hours for my live stream is done anyway, so I think that's gonna be the objective for next time. Try and get some ships. I most definitely won't be able to keep all my troops with me while I have ships. And yeah, that's just what I have to do, so I can finally take him on and get his Valyrian steel. So that'll be the next step. And I also want to build that castle. But that's gonna be about it for today. So yeah. Well, I mean, that was a fun stream. Apart from the time Thomas decided to bring up the whole Gaza genocide debate. But I mean, we had a lot of people tuning in, and that was really fun. Farron, also, what's up with the hair? There is none. I'm bald. So, well, bald. I mean, I have like the classic, you know, crown pattern. So now I just shave my head every week, and you know, I think it gives me a nice look. You know, ages me a bit, which I don't mind too much. But anyway, hey, so thanks you so much everyone who tuned in. I mean, usually when I have a peak of like 20-some people, it doesn't last very long, but it kept up for like 15 minutes. Turns out there was a lot of people who tuned in. That was very nice. So, yeah, thank you all so much. And I'll see you next time.